going on, everybody? Welcome to The Rewind. Normally a weekly recap show where RN and I run down the current happenings in the pro wrestling world, but we have a special episode for you guys today where we're going to go over our 2022 wrestling predictions. Not only do we have myself and my esteemed co-host, Mr. 8984, Mute RN, we are also joined by Pretty Kyle from Apron Bump and the returning AJ Styles of podcast and Sebastian. How is everybody doing tonight? Nailed an intro! Finally! Show's going off the rails.
I feel like this new intro, Kyle, was like 10 times as long as the other one since last time I've been on.
Really dragged that one out, didn't you?
Oh, man. No, that you do. Our show is cursed, though. I had a decent intro. This thing's going to be a botch fest.
Yeah, anytime he gets the intro off perfectly,
hey, people come for the intro. That's what people come for.
Man, so you guys, thank you for joining me. Kyle, I was just on your show.
Sure.
We had a chance to recap. What was it, Backlash 02?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
WWF Backlash 02.
Dude, I was so excited to do that show with you, and then I failed to realize it was headlined by Hulk Hogan and Triple H. Probably the most boring combination you get in a pro wrestling match.
Hey, you didn't
First
like
of all,
Triple H.
check your phone.
Triple H working the leg of 2002 Hulk Hogan. You didn't like that?
No, I hated that match so
Your
bad.
tricep vein popping out? Yeah.
It was an awesome time, man. I got hammered.
Yeah.
Drank way too much tequila with you.
Well, that was a really fun time, actually.
Yeah.
It's funny because it was like kind of like a throwaway show, in all honesty, but it was like a 2-hour long episode. But it was just so fun.
Well, God damn, y'all was working, wasn't y'all?
Dude, we're having fun, man. I'm not gonna lie.
flew
I had
by.
a blast talking about that shit with him.
It's always a good
I
time.
know. Every time I've been on, it's been fucking ridiculous. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He has tossed me some awesome, crazy fucking shows to go over the 2 times I was on. So
Yeah. Some like 2002 ROH and shit.
the scramble match, holy fuck!
Still haven't recovered from that one.
Right.
And for our newer listeners, if you're not familiar, returning cast member Sebastian here, often referred to as the encyclopedia of professional wrestling. This man's got a steel trap upstairs. If you ever want to lose in pro wrestling trivia, you need to have Sebastian on your show. He will wreck your shit. Sebastian, how you been, man?
Man, been a lot better. Everyone, like you said, the new reviewers, I had to step away for a while. Happy to be back. A lot of stuff going on. Recently moved. Just working a lot. Started working out, trying to get in better shape. So.
Oh, yeah, New Year's resolutions?
No, not really. The apartment we moved into, man, has a gym in it.
Nice.
Hell
So
yeah.
now I don't have an excuse, I guess.
Bougie.
It's here. Yeah, so now I worked out. I think today was day 12.
Y'all in a gated community. I bet you need a password to get into your neighborhood.
No, that's not gated community. We're in the city. We're next to stores and stuff. It's just a big old apartment complex.
Okay, yeah, right. Of course. You need to have a buzzer. You need to be buzzed in just to get in the entranceway.
No, that's absolutely not.
It's like the
Fun
retinal
fact.
scans.
I'm a correctional officer. I can't afford that.
Hey, for everybody that doesn't know, actually, Seb is the reason why I'm a part of the Smack Raw fam. We argued and talked shit to each other on Twitter for months, really. And then he DM'd me one day, like, you ever thought about being in a podcast? I was like, actually, yeah. And
Yeah, I
Here
used
I
to be
am.
our recruiter. Brought them on. I think I brought Kev on, which no longer is here. There's been a few names I brought on.
yeah.
Yeah. Who introduced to who? Did you introduce us to Vince or was it the other way around?
I think Vince was already on. No, yes, Vince is also one I brought on.
You were like the official recruiter, man. It was me, Rob. It was me and Rob, and then I think you were the third member. I
Was
think you were the
Benji on
first.
before me?
Who?
Benji was on. Benji, he was on before me, right?
Man, it's hard to tell. I'll have to go back. We'll have to go back, dude. There's no way my memory works that well. By the way, so today, you guys, so I reached out to the three of you, and I said, hey, here's a fun show idea. Let's go ahead and make a couple predictions, what we think is going to happen in the pro wrestling world in 2022. Now, and when I say that, it could be a whole range of things. It could be, more mass releases from WWE, certain wrestlers, debuting on other promotions, feuds that may take place, you know. After I posed the question, are you guys excited for tonight? Did you have some fun? What are your thoughts on this show tonight? Please don't interrupt each other.
I'm not. No, I was dreading this actually all day. And it's like I'm kind of looking at the clock, waiting for it to be over. To be honest.
No, I'm just happy to get some little extra content. Like I said, we definitely need to do this more.
No, it actually was fun, like thinking of things that could potentially happen, because it's like you never like wrestling is so crazy, especially like recently. It feels like there's nothing that's like out of the realm of possibility. So it's like there's really no limit to what your prediction could be. So in that sense, it was definitely fun, like thinking of things. But
and that was like my problem trying to come up with like a crazy one. I'm like, well, at this point, there is no fucking
exactly
crazy shit
we
anymore.
live in the state of crazy.
Yeah, like everything is crazy. Like shit. Next thing you know, shit, Stephanie might get fired or let go tomorrow. Like we don't fucking know. Like everything's crazy now.
Yeah. Just saw Samoa Joe get fired for the second time in 1 year. So it's
right,
like,
literally.
Lord, man. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, one of two things is gonna happen. He's either gonna get fired, or they'll spin it into the story where he will try to like revive the black and gold and lose to Braun Breaker.
I thought they would at least keep him as like a backstage trainer, or just like an agent or something. I don't
think he wanted that. Honestly, like I think he wants to wrestle.
Yeah. Very likely he's been the scout for him the last couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Supersonic's in the chat. Hey, Sonic.
What's up, man?
Yeah, this is a good chance to let you guys know if you're listening to the show. We do stream these live on twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. Head on over there, give us a follow. All of the shows that we shoot live, we do interact with the live chat, so we always appreciate you guys joining in. So make sure to check us out there. But if you can't make it to a live show, but you do want to see the video version of this, you can always head on over to youtube.com/SmackedRawPodcast. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We throw up all these podcasts and shows the day after they're recorded, for the most part. And yeah, man, any little bit of help you give us, we greatly appreciate. So yeah, you guys want to get into
it goes back to the show. We don't spin this shit and do nothing dumb with it. We go back to getting the show together.
That's our Patreon and PayPal RN, but thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, if you want to financially support us, man, we got a Patreon, PayPal. I think it's patreon.com/SmackedRawPodcast and paypal.me/SmackedRawPod. You can send us some money. We'll get. You know what we'll do is the first thing we'll do is we'll get RN like a really cool backdrop. I've been recording with you for a while, man. The white is just not working for me, bro.
I got something coming too.
Got to get some posters or something going.
I got in trouble for the MJB poster hanging up in our living room for 8 months, so I had to take it down.
We can get you something that like collapses. Who knows? I
got something coming. I got some Smack Raw memorabilia coming.
Nice, man. I got that Brody Lee poster that came in the mail from I hate to say it, Pro Wrestling Tees. I feel ashamed if I shop from them now.
Yeah,
really do. But I got that. I'm just waiting on a picture frame, and I'm gonna hang it somewhere on screen. You're gonna see Brody going forward once ever I get the frame in the mail.
What are you gonna replace? I feel like your background has so much going on.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, honestly, when it does happen, I'm gonna like redo everything. I'm gonna redo everything. Who knows?
Right.
I have nothing in mind right now though. Like I got nothing. I'll find a spot for it.
I mean,
who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe it'll just take my place. It'll just be the poster here, and I'll just be audio going forward. Who knows?
I saw the December 2020 calendar in the background, so I'm not much better.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's the resolution of the display, but your Nakamura poster oddly looks like you.
It does, like from this angle.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take it. Actually, you know what? That's a compliment as far as I'm concerned.
It does kind of look like a self-portrait. Honestly, I'm not even.
It does. Yeah.
From that angle, if you don't see his hair, really, you just see his like facial hair. I can see it. Halloween next year.
Hey, let's do it, bud. All right, let's kick this off, man. Let's go with Sebastian first. The returning Sebastian. If you guys aren't familiar, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do I think 3 to 4 predictions apiece. We'll all take turns, one at a time. We'll read off our predictions and then give our thoughts on them. So, Seb, kick us off, man. What is your first prediction for 2020?
All right, I'm gonna switch the order here because I don't want to start on a dark kind of turn. But Samoa Joe goes to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
As a wrestler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Has about 3 matches or so. I think there's 7 matches there.
take my money. I mean, that's Stan's dad, South Park, where he fucking jizzes everywhere. Like, I'm into it.
Go ahead, book him. Book his 3 matches set.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I think one of them definitely has to be Suzuki, right? I mean, that's
Absolutely.
a hard hit on
Yeah.
that. Jay White probably be a match.
Toriano.
Yes, that'd be a match. Naito. Maybe Okada. I mean, if you want
I'd
to put
watch
him
it.
I mean, I'd watch it. I just don't know if they'd throw him right up there for the title right away.
Jeff Cobb is
Jeff
my
Cobb
dream.
is another
Yeah,
one.
Cobb would be a good
Cobb.
one.
That's that. I was
Yeah.
like, who? Where's
So
that
Will
chemistry?
Ospreay too. Will Ospreay too. Samoa Joe's
Yeah.
always working with high flyers and athletic guys like that. So
Oh,
Tai
hell yeah,
Chi?
he would.
yes, Haji.
Well, with
I like
oh god, why is his name Takahashi just winning the
Yes.
the U.S.
Takahashi.
title?
Yes.
He'll be working more-
Tanahashi.
Tanahashi, excuse me.
There's a Tanahashi and a Takahashi. It's very confusing to us whites. So
Takahashi is the light heavyweight, and Tanahashi is the heavyweight.
Got you. But yeah, Tanahashi, since he won the U.S. title, he'll probably be stateside more. That could make it easier for him and Joe to mix it up. The
Yeah, I
ace.
could
He
see
has
Strong.
he has been a lot anyway because he's been on Strong like at the LA dojo. He's been there a few times with like the younger guys and stuff. So it makes I figured that they put it on being that he has to be training there or training people there because he's been on the Strong show a lot the last probably like couple months.
yeah.
Sounds good, man. We're all for it. I don't see anybody in the chat. They're also saying it too. First time chat. Deep Hauler Demon says Samoa and Jeff sounds pretty damn good.
Hell yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
a dream match for me.
Has he ever been in I know he's been in Japan. Has he ever been in New Japan?
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
I think it was in 01.
Yeah, yeah, it was 0-1.
No, I was
Yeah.
actually curious about that myself and Googled it like the first time he got released, and no, he hasn't wrestled for.
Yeah, hey, put him in the Ishii, huh?
Yeah.
Mojo.
jeez
Come on now.
Louise.
Put him in the open weight division. Just let him Goto, all those guys.
Yeah,
I
Sounds
just
good,
watched
man.
Wrestle Kingdom, and that was my first New Japan show I've watched in like fucking 2 years, and I'm like remembering all these guys. I need to like get back into it. It's such it's fun to watch for sure.
I fucking love New Japan.
Yeah, Samoa Joe and Tanahashi will be awesome. Supersonic says. I mean, honestly, Samoa Joe is great with just about anybody you put him in there with.
Right.
You know what I mean? The man's extremely talented. The only reason why we're so upset about like the whole WWE thing is just he's the anti WWE guy. You know, in my opinion, personally. But Kyle, what's your first
Yes, sir.
prediction, man?
Well, I'll start it off with the namesake of the shirt that I'm wearing. Roman Reigns will go through 2022 without losing the title. I don't think he loses the title this year.
That's hard to argue with too. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
really is.
Yeah.
Because you think of anybody that would beat him for the title, and they all feel kind of deflated. Like I don't have anybody in mind that could beat Roman Reigns, and people I think would be like super excited for it.
Well, it's Brock, but he's the heavyweight champ now. So that's the only person that I think. Because I'm sorry, I don't think as much as everybody wants to, including Bam, everyone wants to deal with this damn Drew WrestleMania moment. I don't see it happening. Like, and even if they did it, like it wouldn't be a blip. It wouldn't be as big as what it would have been last year if he had got it. So it's like,
I think Drew and Roman will definitely face each other, but I don't.
Right.
I think it's just gonna be a stepping stone for Roman at the end of the day.
exactly.
Yeah, kind of like because they faced each other at Survivor Series.
Yeah, which is a great match, and I'd love to see
Yeah.
him wrestle again. But I don't see Drew as that guy that ends this.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not necessarily shitting on the rivalry or the fact that because they put on some fucking bangers, they really do. But
Yeah.
Drew's taking a few steps back. Not I wouldn't even say a step. He's taking a few steps back as far as his star power and.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I don't see anybody on SmackDown. Like I said, but Brock was the only person I thought would have a chance. And now he's the world champ. So I don't know. I don't see anybody on SmackDown really taking it from him.
Yeah, they'd have to hate Drew up a lot.
Right.
Yeah, the only two people I could see at this moment are Walter and Braun Breaker. And I don't
Right.
think either of those are going to happen this year. Maybe next year, but I don't think it's
Right.
going to be happening in this year.
I want to know what the hell's up with Walter. Like, is he going to stay in the U.S.? Like they need
think
to
he
figure
is.
something out.
I
I mean,
think
that-
I think I saw somebody put he'll be on an episode next week or the week after, and then after that he's full time.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
they build it as
Damn.
Walter's last stand in NXT UK, so he's
Okay.
going to be
He definitely hit the gym. He
Dude.
he didn't look himself. I mean he still looked like dad bod, but he definitely was a lot slimmer and a lot more muscly even under that stomach for real. Like I don't think I've ever seen him look that good.
Oh, dude, I watched a match recently from him from like 2014, and he's like double the size that he is now,
Right.
which is crazy. He's looking damn near jacked. I'd almost
Yeah,
say.
that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Like that dad bod Jack, like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Q Booker T, man. Well, you looking real jacked, baby. All right, what you got for us, man?
Mine is Seth and Becky. We get a power couple. Them both holding the championships and just fucking reign of terror and hilarity over Raw or SmackDown, wherever the hell they end up this year.
Man, we already got that once. It was cringy. Yeah,
But we
Becky
got-
slapping Seth's ass and shit.
we got
they weren't-
babyface version of it though.
Yeah, it's much better with them as heels, and especially Seth. Like Seth, I love Seth. Like he's probably my favorite male in WWE, but he's terrible as a babyface. He just is. He needs to be a heel at all time. And now the drip god shit using Becky's Taylor and everything, them looking like they already look like a fucking super villain couple anyway. And they don't even acknowledge each other. They still haven't said each other's name. They just say my hot wife or husband. They still literally don't acknowledge that they're together on TV. Like even though they are together and they mention their wife and husband all the time. So I want this to happen so bad. As soon as she came back to Raw, I'm like, we have to get them both holding the title, because I picked Seth to win the 4-way, and look, apparently he was supposed to win it before the shit with Roman and that. If you listen to Meltzer and all them.
Yeah, I heard that. Deep Holler Demon says Seth and Becky or Edge and Beth. Honestly, I'd be more into that match than the whole Miz and Maurice going up.
Yeah,
because
I
at
was,
least you know.
get a real wrestling match.
yeah. No offense to Maurice, man. You know, she's a product of her time. You'd get a much better match out of with Becky in there over Maurice. Miz, I think Miz is honestly a good wrestler. No matter who you put him in there with, he does great. But yeah, having Becky in that makes it be awesome. But we already got Seth and Edge, didn't we? Did we get that? Yeah, we got that. Yeah, they did the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
I totally forgot that happened, but they had literally like a 4-month feud in Hell in a Cell and all that. And I was like, have they wrestled each other?
Yeah, man, they had that Hell in a Cell at Saudi Arabia, man. That was actually really good.
That could be like a one-off match though, a little mixed tag action.
right.
Those man. Power couple though. Power couple.
It's like the 2-man power trip, but
Yeah,
1 man and 1 woman power trip.
That's what I had in my head, like the 2-man power trip, and then with their fucking like minions and shit, bring J&J back.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Any excuse to bring JB Noble back on my screen.
Yes, sir. All right, you got me with J&J.
Seriously, think about how crazy that would be with them and then fucking J&J security behind them and shit and everything like that. Tell me that ain't fucking must see TV.
Sign me up.
Oh man, yeah, I'm here for it. All right, I'll give one of my predictions. Not all predictions are for the benefit of professional wrestling. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick us off with this man leans into the shifting public opinion. He leans into the clout. He decides he wants to take a bigger role than what he currently has on screen, and that is Tony Khan becomes an on-screen villain of AEW in 2022. And like I said, I'm not excited for it, but I think it will happen. The man's already brought up all the time. He's all the time out there mingling with the crowd. His Twitter game is seeing more and more people turn against him. He says, what better time to pull the trigger and live out my Vince McMahon fantasy? And he becomes an on-screen villain and starts terrorizing baby faces in AEW.
What baby faces?
Shut up, man. Shut up.
Jungle Boy, Brian Pillman,
The dinosaur
Jr.?
guy?
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian's a baby face.
Oh yeah,
Is
he
he
is there,
though?
isn't he?
He's a baby face.
He's like that weird older brother that like still comes to like the high school party.
Hangman.
Wangman.
Yeah.
Hangman.
Wangman.
Is the alcoholic a baby face though?
The crowd reacts like he's babyface. Anyway.
Depends what town they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I think Tony Khan will eventually become on-screen character. I don't think it'll be this year. I think it'll be like if they start to feel like a downslope, which I don't think is in the immediate future. I feel like eventually, if he feels like I need to spice things up at some point, I could see that for sure.
Kevin chimes in with Hangman and CM Punk as baby faces as well.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, I mean,
Never heard of him.
never heard of those guys.
Yeah, I guess technically, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll happen, man. I think it'll happen. And it'll be cringy. It'll be everything you think it will be.
You know what I'm thinking in my head is Bill Alfonso. Are you guys familiar with him?
No, go ahead.
He's oh man, you need to just like go to YouTube and watch Bill Alfonso clip because he was a guy who was brought into ECW in the mid '90s, and he was like the stickler, like because ECW was extreme and all that, and he was like the guy's like, yeah, you need rules and these matches. He talks like this, and then he eventually became like a manager with like a whistle. It's a good time. Just check it out sometime.
Oh man, no, that kind of sounds like what I have in mind too. Because
he's like a little scrawny.
He'll never channel like the Mr. McMahon character. You know what
Right.
I mean? He would honestly, in my mind, he'd be closer to something like to Right to Censor vibe.
Yeah.
Than
He's
anything
Robert
else.
Stone to me. I'm sorry.
He's what?
He's Robert Stone from NXT. Like they are the exact same fucking person.
Hey,
Like,
now, I
literally
actually
the
kind of
same
like
thing.
Robert Stone. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you like Tony Khan too, so I mean, yeah, they even kind of look alike. Honestly, if take the glasses off, like
Yeah, exactly alike.
Oh yeah, Tony Khan is a total nerd. Kevin says. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, I 100%. That's hard to argue with.
Right.
Seb, what is your second prediction?
Let's go with, I think AJ Styles eventually, I don't know which brand, but he's going to get another world title run this year.
Mm.
Do you think he stays in NXT?
No, not all year. No,
No.
he'll go back at main roster. Which is it? I mean, is he staying in NXT though, or is it just like a one-off thing? I feel like it's just a one-off match with him, and he's back on main roster.
Who wins between him and Waller?
Styles
It's got to be Styles, right? You'd
No.
think.
it's not.
has to be Styles.
I don't think it's gonna be.
You could have almost F it up, but I feel like that squash match might just be it. Like I think that just might be it.
What do you guys think of the possibility of Omos coming to NXT and being Waller's new manager?
I
turning
said
on
that on the
AJ?
rewind.
Yeah,
I-
okay.
I literally said that on the rewind because you almost have to. I mean, they've shown he's not ready, and I think they see he's not ready.
I was like, what else is he gonna do on Raw?
Right.
Well, you heard Raw. I mean, they did not react for him at
No.
all when he was out there. Like,
No reason to.
if AJ Styles flopping around for you, can't get the crowd into you, man, it's an uphill battle, buddy.
Yeah.
Who does AJ Styles beat though for the world title, Seb? He's got to take it off somebody.
I'm not sure. See, I mean, I don't think he stays in NXT, and that's just because I've seen reports, not just from Dave, because fuck Dave, but
Preach.
I mean, there's just been reports of him and unfortunately Omos having major plans heading up to Mania, and I don't think that's where it gets. I don't think it's at Mania, but I mean, I just feel like it's going to build up to maybe SummerSlam, somewhere around that time frame, and then he'll take it off.
To take it off, you got to give us somebody though. Who's he going to take it off of?
I don't know because it ain't gonna be Roman. I don't think he's gonna beat Roman, and I don't see Brock having the belt until then. So if I'm just thinking of any name, Rollins.
Rollins.
will somehow
I think the WWE title scene is pretty wide open as far as like
Yeah.
the year, like looking at like the year span.
Yeah.
So
Rollins-
it really could be anybody.
Steph's got to get a title run in there. He has to.
I think it will.
I think he. Like I said, apparently it was supposed to be this if it wasn't for Roman, but he's been a workhorse. He's been on SmackDown and Raw carrying both the brands as far as heel work, being there the number one heel for the most part for the not quite main event. I mean, I feel like it's time for him to get a little bit I guess reward for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could see him taking it off of Lashley. Lashley
Yeah.
goes and beats Lesnar at WrestleMania. and then Lashley beats Lesnar at Royal Rumble, and that can send Lesnar back over to SmackDown to feud with Roman, and then like you said, somewhere later in the year. Because I feel like the crowd loves AJ Styles. Like I think that's a wrestler like people will just never get tired of. So
it's like it honestly, like that might be the only person I could see maybe if he moved to SmackDown, I could take it off Roman. I think that's the only person that could go against him on the mic and actually have a banger ass fucking match with him as well. Like I don't really see anybody else on the SmackDown roster like that can match up with Roman. Honestly,
And you got to think too. We're talking about brand versus brand here. I mean, look at the SmackDown roster, and with these roster cuts, who knows? Brand split might not even be a thing.
Which is
that might play into one of my predictions later, but
mine too.
Yeah. All right, Kyle, what do you got for us?
Shit, I actually don't know. Okay, yeah. So my second one, Charlotte Flair goes to AEW.
Oh, dude, I want to boo that so bad.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So, one, what else does she have to do in WWE? I mean, you look at the SmackDown scene, the women's scene at this point. Who do you got other than Charlotte? I mean, there's Sasha there, but how many times can they face each other?
Shayna Baszler, finally give her something.
Look, in an ideal world, sure. I mean, look, there's talent there for sure,
Right.
But who are they going to build up to face Charlotte? You know,
Facts.
So. And I don't know. Look, her and her father, I feel like the apple isn't that far from the tree. So I feel like nothing's out of the realm of possibility for her as far as her wanting to build her legacy across different promotions, giving herself a new challenge. I think there's a lot of reasons there that I can see it.
If they were smart, they'd give her that Daniel Bryan contract that they supposedly offered him before
Let her go to like Japan and stuff.
Yeah. Because that's the only way I think that you can keep her happy, like you said, is let her, like, of course, hell no, not AEW or anywhere here, but her going to the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom, like, if that's not fucking free publicity and giving her a chance to spread her wings and get some real action, like, that's worldwide exposure right there without her having to go to the competition. So, like,
yeah,
I don't know why they don't do that more often.
How do you think the women's locker room would receive her?
In AEW?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think they bow down. Like, nobody, like, we can talk all the shit we want. Like, she is the greatest of our lifetime. Like, let's just, like, I don't give a fuck if you like her or not, but
I think in the ring she is.
Yeah, by far.
I think in the ring she holds up with any wrestler, male or female, on the planet.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. And she makes everybody look good. When the only time she doesn't have a good match is when. Like, literally, when does she not have a good match?
Nia Jax.
But no one has a good match with Nia Jax.
Nobody has a good match with Nia Jax.
I knew that was going to be the first thing somebody says, but, like, who has a good match with Nia?
Let's not forget her and Lacey Evans' terrible match on Raw.
What a terrible feud. Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
I mean, they had one match.
Yeah.
The matches with Tony Storm weren't that great either, let's be honest. So maybe Charlotte Flair isn't that great. I don't know.
Who knows?
I feel like she's fine for a long time, though, isn't she?
I feel like she's in autopilot. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, her contract, though, I feel like she has a few years left on it.
Supersonic chimed in. He says it's definitely not going to be Asuka because a lot of Asuka fans will be furious if WWE builds her up again without any storyline or stakes.
Right.
Yeah,
that's how it works. Yeah. Well, what do you guys think is more likely? Charlotte going to AEW or Charlotte challenging for a men's title?
Probably. Oh God, no! They can't do the men's title because I hate that I know this fact because once you know it, you can't help but unsee it.
Right.
Is in WWE, men and women are not allowed to actually wrestle each other, like legitimate matches, because of this thing that Mattel did. Mattel, because of that Al Snow fiasco, like with the mannequin head, they and then also with the Austin taking the chair to Lita in Canada, Mattel said that like any more violence from men onto women, like they'll pull their rights for their toys. So now if you ever see like a male versus female booked match, all the men can do is like shove the women and do some like weird grappling reversal spots, but you'll never see men like truly strike a woman. There is like the couple minor exceptions. Like Becky took the end of days, and then of course Nia Jax took like the super kick, 619, and RKO. But outside of those,
Jax got fucked up.
yeah, Nia Jax did. I'll say that. But other
Nia Jax also was the same size as all those men.
Yeah.
And bigger than a couple of them, actually.
And Becky at the time was the face of the company. You know what I mean? Like, no toy company is not going to want to have Becky Lynch, action figures and shit. So, but yeah, so if this was the Attitude Era, she'd surpass China with those 2 Intercontinental reigns. I promise you.
Oh, hell yeah. I would have said if this was then, she'd probably have like a 6-7 month reign as Intercontinental champion.
Light heavyweight champ?
Yeah.
We had the Orton RKO on Beth too. Don't forget that one.
Yeah,
that's right. He did RKO Beth, didn't he? Yeah, but you don't see matches though. You know what I mean?
No, you don't see matches.
You see like little exceptions here and there, but you'll never see like full on matches.
Right.
So yeah, her in AEW would be so surreal because that would be like the first like, in my mind, like true WWE person because she didn't have no run in the Indies or nothing. She was a complete WWE homegrown.
That would be the first real star because I'm gonna be honest, like they haven't signed any real stars from WWE. Because as Moxley and all them, yeah, but they were down. They weren't really like into their storyline stuff. They haven't signed any actual.
They had torpedoed Mox before he left.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like they haven't
torpedoed
signed
him for months.
If they get Charlotte, that's the first real coup. Like that's the first real fucking like theft.
I bet it would bring a lot of female viewers over.
Like
Charlotte's got a huge following.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As far as like just what they were doing though, you got to at least include Brian a little bit. He might have lost, but he still made it. He main evented WrestleMania.
Kevin agrees with Seb, like Daniel Bryan, of course.
Yeah, I mean he just
I'm saying like, and even I'm saying like legit superstars right now need like what I'm saying, like integral parts, like because even Daniel Bryan, like he's a star, but he wasn't really in like anything heavy when they took him. I'm talking about right now at the height of their popularity and like still being champions and still at the top of the fucking card. If Charlotte went over to AEW, that's their first actual star.
I get what you mean. I just meant like you can't get that much bigger in main event WrestleMania.
Well, I think what RN's leaning into is how they're consistently being used because let's not forget with
he
Brian,
lost in 10 seconds at WrestleMania.
Well, with Brian, he was tag teaming with Drew Gulak, and then when the pandemic hit, he was off TV till fans came back.
Literally.
And then he had just that one run to the title, so he really wasn't around consistently when he left. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of it was the injury too, and they were actively trying not to like have him wrestle too much. And like I said, I'm not saying that he's not a star from them. I'm saying a bona fide main event superstar that's always at the top of the card, always on TV, always an integral part of their stories and what they have moving forward. If they got Charlotte within the next year or so, that's the first real fucking star that they got from WWE.
Supersonic chimed in. He says, unless AEW gets Asuka, because a lot of her fans are upset about the way WWE has been handling her, and also because AEW Joshi wrestlers need some semblance of star power. That'd be interesting.
That'd be cool.
That'd be interesting. That'd be really neat, man. Asuka doesn't seem like a person that's like a WWE lifer. Although I know they have taken care of her financially, though. There ain't no doubt about that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know part of me feels like she's like a Shinsuke Nakamura, where she's like just happy to be there kind of thing. Asuka, so who knows?
She's had her long career. Let's go ahead and make some money before it's all over.
Right.
Yeah. I love that's how like Nakamura's whole thing is. He's like, I've already had my wrestling legacy. Let's go get paid. You know,
he goes, does 3 moves, goes surfing or whatever he does.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
Sometimes we got to remember too that especially like these older Japanese, these guys been wrestling like those English guys since they were like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
Asuka used to get effed up in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! If you ever want to see something make you uncomfortable, watch Asuka versus Suzuki. Like that. Oh gosh, that made me uncomfortable watching that match.
Gotta discipline him sometimes, right?
Oh my god, dude, that's.
Next prediction?
Yeah, RN.
Mine goes back to kind of what we were talking about. I think that it's going to be a title unification match at Mania.
The world titles?
And I think that, like what Seb was saying, like with so many cuts and shit, eventually, I mean, these rosters are depleted. Like, there's really no reason to have a brand split right now.
Yeah.
The only thing with that is I mean, they could pull some strings along the way, but what are you going to do with the Royal Rumble winner?
Just the same thing you used to always do, man.
Yeah. You pick which show you want to get a fucking title match on.
Yeah, but if Brock is a champ and I mean, is that
Well,
going to make
Vince teased Austin Theory on Monday. And he was like,
Right.
yeah, you'll be in the Royal Rumble and you can go for any title of your choosing, not Raw or SmackDown. Maybe hinting like, yeah, we'll unify the two heavyweight titles and you can go after NXT. It's how some people interpreted it. You know, I'm just saying.
As soon as Brock won the belt, that's how I interpret it. As soon as he won the belt and said, tell Roman, I'll see you on Friday, that's all I've been thinking about is them unifying the titles and them. Because like I said, they've depleted the roster so much. Like, honestly, really Raw is the A show. If you take Roman out off of SmackDown, that's fucking superstars or 205 Live. Like, there's no one there besides Roman and Drew. Like, there just isn't. So, I mean, I don't know exactly.
If they wanted to build people, they have the people there that they could use, or they could do trades or a draft.
Well, yeah, no, that's
Seth Rollins on there, you know?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying none of that's true. I'm just saying, like, if you really look at the roster as of right now, who the fuck is on SmackDown?
You got Drew and Roman. They'll have a 6-month feud, and then they'll have another draft.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's literally Drew, Roman, and then name somebody else.
I'm looking it up right now. I mean, you got Adam Pearce.
We gotta get.
You got Cesaro.
But Sheamus is like one of the MVPs last year. You know, match after match delivered. You gotta throw Sheamus in the mix somewhere.
King Woods.
King Woods, like as someone I could see challenging Roman.
Mr. McMahon is listed as a SmackDown star.
You never know.
And like I said, I'm not saying that they can't build anybody up, but as of right now, at this moment,
jeez, man, it really does look depleted. Like, I'm going through the
Baron
roster.
Corbin, fucking
It looks like the thinnest roster in a long time.
Maybe they'll bring up Von Wagner.
Von Wagner. He couldn't even say his own name on NXT.
Dude, he's
White Khali, bro.
How do you botch your own name?
He's so ass, and then like, why the hell did they feed? Because
he's
the
like
university guy.
He's like 7 foot tall, man. Come on.
He's not even that big. He's like,
no, he's not. Because the dude, the whatever the university guy, they were damn near eye to eye, so he can't be that fucking big.
And Andre Chase.
Chase, yeah, I can't ever think of his name.
Show some respect. Andre Chase University.
Well, they didn't show any respect. They only got a few actual heels, and they fed him to another fucking heel. Make it make sense.
Teachable moment, man.
Teachable moment.
NXT 2.0, yeah.
So they're gonna unify those titles, huh?
I think so. Maybe not this Mania, maybe Survivor Series, but I think I think the brand split's coming to an end.
Well, they've already established that Brock and Roman can go anywhere they want at any time.
Well, did they do it Roman, or did they say Brock can go anywhere he wants at any time?
Well, Brock's going to SmackDown tomorrow, so
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's just Brock that can.
Well, didn't Roman appear on Raw after the brand split?
Yeah, they did actually, didn't they?
Yeah.
What do we think about? Because me and Kyle talked about this when we were talking about Backlash 02. At that point, there was one world champion, and they could go from either brand.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Is that a possibility? So you don't think? So there will still be a brand split, but it'll just be one world champion.
Yeah, and I think eventually the brand split will be over, but I think that they're going to go towards the one title, so then you can have Roman come to Raw and vice versa.
It'd be like phases, kind of like how they phased NXT Black and Gold to NXT 2.0. It'll just happen. Right. Certain things will take place over like month-long periods.
Because you gotta think Brock's not going to be fucking full time. We're going to get like 2-3 months out of Brock, and then he's gone again. So then what do?
You'll still have to do another shake-up. I mean, imagine SmackDown without Roman right now.
Jeez Louise.
That's what I just said.
Seth can only do so much work, man.
It's 205 Live. If Roman's not on SmackDown, it's 205 Live.
I literally can't think of anybody else is on SmackDown right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I literally just hopped on WWE's page. It's a
Jinder Mahal?
Yeah.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Sheamus, Baron Corbin.
It's literally the same as
dude. The fact that you had to use Baron Corbin as an example of the big names that SmackDown has.
It's literally just Sheamus and Baron Corbin. That's it. After Roman.
In the ring, I love Baron Corbin. Outside the ring, nah, but guy can work.
It's not fair. He has like the two best like signature moves in all of wrestling.
Literally. Fire.
And nobody's ever kicked out at the end of the days there. So it's not.
I love Baron Corbin. I think he's grossly underused.
Oh, me too. But yeah.
He's used a lot.
Most protected finisher ever. Nobody's kicked out of that. Well known fact.
He's used in a mid card a
That's
lot.
where he belongs.
Agree to disagree.
I'll give my prediction, my next one. So I think midway towards the 3/4 of the way through the year, the tag team scene in AEW just got shaken up. We'll let a lot of these story roles play out. The tag team titles will go back to the Young Bucks. They'll clear out the division. They'll say there's nobody left for them to take on. And then we will get the reuniting of the Hardy Boys. Jeff will officially be AEW. Him and Matt will have a quick story with the Young Bucks. My prediction even goes further on to say they're not even so much heavily used on AEW programming. They'll do a couple stories there, but then they'll go ahead and do like what a lot of the other AEW talent gets to do, and they'll tour the indies. And the Hardy Boys will just have a nice final run where they get to have fun, show up wherever they want to show up, wrestle a whole bunch of existing names and up and coming names, and yeah, have their final like share farewell tour.
Okay, not into it, but okay.
Did they kind of already do that though? Because they had a run in Ring of Honor. Yeah, there was a point where they were in TNA, then they went to Ring of Honor, I think somewhere else, and then they went to back to WWE.
Well, so, Kyle, that's the thing about professional wrestlers.
Yeah, they just
never know when to stop doing that.
They had the match with Young Bucks the night before Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know how our small wrestling brains are. We don't remember that shit.
Hey man, I'd be down to see it on a bigger stage.
Yeah, they'll do a classic like ladder match with them. They'll get that ladder match in there. But like I said, I think they'll pop up at a lot of those the indie shows as well. Just doing what the Hardy Boys want to do. Let's just have fun being pro wrestlers.
Man, you know damn well they're just gonna have a feud with Butcher and the Blade for 4 months and then join the Hardy family office.
Oh man. What is the Hardy family office, by the way?
It's office.
Where is this office held?
It's in the compound.
It's in the compound.
I got a suite.
Oh man, Kevin Crazy says, how many farewell tours did Kiss go on? Thank you, Kevin.
Right.
Thank you, man.
Fair point.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Yeah, mine wasn't really like too.
Do you think Jeff will have like a singles run in AEW?
I hope not.
Yeah, like that's where it gets kind of dicey, because I feel like him and Matt do want to reunite. I don't think he'll have like a major singles run. I think he'll have singles matches because AEW has shown they're not too shy to let their tag teams also do singles matches. Mm-hmm. You know, even while like both wrestlers are still healthy. So we'll see him in both singles and tag team matches, but I don't think it'll be anything huge. Like I don't see him going after like any like titles. Maybe like he'll have a shot against a TNT title, but yeah.
I could see him in the same capacity of Christian, kinda, where he's there.
Coming to these parties for years and no way he's not in person.
Christian really does feel like a soccer dad, just on the sidelines, just cheering his kids on.
Yeah, you need that sometimes.
And then it's like anytime he gets in a fight, you just kind of like, oh, this is awkward. Get off the field, please.
He's literally the dude from Varsity Blues, like going bald with the Letterman jacket on. Like they come into these things for years. Why?
RN does
Oh.
not like Christian. Jeez.
Bama says, y'all look good. Wanted to stop by and say hi. I agree with
Bama.
Apron and RN's ideas. Kyle's are nuts as usual. Just kidding. Good to see you back, Sebastian. You've been missed. Have a good night, y'all. Kyle responded with a purple heart emoji.
First heart I saw.
Seb, what's your third and final prediction?
This one's a little sadder, but the roster is getting a little full. I think I saw a report that they were down $8 million this year. I feel like we're going to have the first batch of releases from AEW.
Makes sense. Do you think it'll be like structured the same way as like WWE's, or do you think we'll just start seeing people like one here, one there, and before we know it, we've had like 20 releases over like a 5 or 6 month span?
I can sort of see it going either way, really. I don't mind. I mean, I hate that anybody loses your jobs, obviously, but I mean, I don't mind WWE way. I wish it wasn't so often, but I don't mind saying just get rid of 5 and then be done with it. But there's a few names out there. I don't know. They don't use everybody. I know they got 4 shows, so it's kind of hard to say. But it's just getting a little full back here.
At some point, the bubble's got to pop. I mean,
Right.
WWE that's kind of what WWE. They were hoarding all this talent, and at some point, you got to let people go. So
yeah, financially, it would never make sense to stay as.
And they're still signing people. I mean, Tony's teasing a never be signing right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so.
You know, a lot of people are seeing the writing on the wall. It probably just doesn't feel as stressful yet until you're right. Like, get a call and 10 here, 15 there, something like that. Yeah. I could definitely see it. It's got to happen at some point. It's just
pretty
how
much
do they carry
everybody
it out?
pretty much half the people on Dark and Elevation are gone.
Yeah.
That's going to be where they start.
Tony Nese, you telling me Tony Nese is going to leave?
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Dude, wait, who was I
Where the
arguing?
fuck is Jay Lethal at? Like, how is Jay Lethal not on TV?
Shit.
And don't give me that Dark and Elevation shit. That's not TV. Like, how do you sign Jay Lethal? He's not on Dynamite.
And speaking of that, that might be another thing too. Maybe you just see like Dark Elevation go away. I mean, somewhere along the line, the guy cut costs. I mean, especially if
Well, if Dark and Elevation goes away, that means 90% of the black wrestlers are gone.
Oh my god!
Poor Sean.
That's why they name it Dark, because everybody on there's dark skin.
Hey, Sean Dean got a win. All right, Sean Dean won that match against MJF. Let's not forget.
Hey, that means Tony Khan. He has black friends.
Right.
So.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Cody's wife is black. God damn it.
He has a beautiful biracial baby.
Jade won the title.
Oh my god!
Curing racism 1 week at a time.
Kevin says Tony Khan said he wouldn't let anyone go during the pandemic. Yeah, that's the thing. That's Tony Khan, the PR guy. You have to remember Tony Khan, the billionaire businessman. That's a separate person that you don't really get to see their personality on television.
And
well,
even
also, too, the pandemic doesn't really have a measurement on how long that's going to fucking be because supposedly it was over and we're still in it. Now we're getting the spikes in every damn state all across the world. So
that's what I was going to say. I mean, even if he did mean that, who's to say it's not going in 5 years from now? You can't. I mean, eventually.
Yeah.
Got so awkward in here.
Man, just thinking of people getting fired,
Yeah, no, it is a bummer. But Seb, I totally could see it. It has to happen at some point. Whether it happens in 2022, 2023, we are definitely going to see a larger rollout of releases in AEW. I completely agree with you.
Like I said, seen the report saying they lost $8 million in the hole just this year alone.
Yeah, I don't think that's as big a deal as it might seem initially. Yeah, all businesses have to lose money to begin with.
Especially the first 2 or 3 years. Like
That's true.
When you said it was going to be a sad one, Seb, I thought it was going to be like Vince McMahon dies in a bungee cord accident or something.
Well, I'll just say it. I don't really mind. Like, I hate that people lose your jobs, but it's a business. It happens. For me, I understand that. But if you're on Twitter, when there's cuts, Twitter goes wild.
There's cuts everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. It's a business that
Yeah.
happens. I don't get personally mad when people get cut, but I know a lot of people out there.
Let's see. Kevin says they did let some people go right before the pandemic. Yeah. Supersonic says AEW is definitely going to release all the Joshi wrestlers because they've been in Dark and Dark Elevation, like what RN said here. The thing about it is about Dark and Dark Elevation is that really is like their feeder system, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I've looked at it for the most part.
It's their NXT for sure.
Yeah, it really is just their whole developmental place because they don't have a performance center like Tony Khan said. You know what I mean? That is where you get to see wrestlers like train and learn, a lot. Unless you, of course, are in like Cody's Nightmare Factory or something.
Right.
Aaron Solo. What happened to QT Marshall? Remember when that was a big thing?
Please hold on. Don't remind him.
Yeah,
Please don't let anyone ever hear like what happened to QT Marshall. Like we want to see him again.
Stupid ass.
Well, whenever I brought up the cuts, one that popped in my head, I haven't seen him forever. Joey Janela. Where the hell's he been?
Yeah, I think he's out there protesting like the mask rules and everything in Florida still.
He was on a couple things. I saw a couple things on Instagram. He was on a couple matches this weekend. I don't know if it was for his promotion or not, but
he did. He had a match with Sonny Kiss. He pile drove Sonny Kiss through a table, like off of a platform and everything.
Wasn't that like months ago though?
Dude, I wouldn't know. I haven't watched Dark in forever.
I think they had like a several-month feud on Dark. Those two. So don't know.
Yeah, Kevin says Brian Cage. Everyone, dude, that's the first person everyone goes to when they think releases is Brian Cage for whatever reason.
Yeah. Right.
He does seem like a WWE guy in AEW. Like he really strikes me as like just one of the most WWE feeling wrestlers. Because we haven't seen him showcase that big athletic style that you got to see on the Indies, which is crazy to me. Knowing like this man is one of those like hybrids that AEW is so keen for. And we haven't. Really
WWE ain't the place to go because Apollo Crews was the same damn way. Like he can do a moonsault in 450 better than half the fucking cruiserweights they got on the roster, and you never see him use any of the athleticism that he did at NXT or on the Indies.
Yeah. Deep Holler Demon says they have a bunch of indie guys come on Dark and stuff too. Two guys I just went and watched in ASW was on Dark this week, and Joey is mainly doing GCW stuff. Oh yeah, that makes sense. GCW.
Yeah, there's guys from a promotion here in Ohio too, NWF, that have been on Dark and Elevation.
I'm still waiting for our boy Matt Vertigo to pop up there.
Right.
I feel like that guy's the guy I work with for some reason.
Matt Vertigo?
No, the Deep Holler guy.
Oh, is that the guy you said that
I think so. I know he went to a show last week and watched it and
okay.
And I think that's what he's talking about.
Well, hey, man, thank you for joining the show, Deep Holler Demon. By the way, hit that follow button, man. And see what happens on the screen, man. I got this cool little effect. Yeah, I'm kind of proud.
Maggard. His name's Maggard. Hit the follow button.
I feel so stupid, man. I went on and took a YouTube tutorial course for like Streamlabs and shit. All right,
I respect it.
All right, Kyle. I think we're on to you.
Yep.
Maybe. So my next one is Triple H buys Ring of Honor.
God, I love this one. I love it, dude.
Because I don't think he's gonna go to AEW. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
But I could see him taking the reins of Ring of Honor because they're vulnerable. Obviously, they need someone to kind of build it back up. But also, it's not like betraying WWE because Ring of Honor can be used as like a feeder system for WWE, which actually in reality it already was.
Right.
I mean, look at the roster now; it's filled with Ring of Honor guys. Plus,
and they got Gabe today, so
yeah. And you look at like on Peacock, you have Progress Wrestling, you have WXW, you have a bunch of indies, and Ring of Honor can be in that similar vein where it's like an independent, it's separate, but it's also kind of affiliated with WWE. And this could give Triple H that freedom to have basically what NXT was in its heyday, which was Ring of Honor at the end of the day. So Triple H purchasing Ring of Honor and kind of creating his new vision for what that company could be.
NXT 3.0?
So, yes.
man, you got to be gutted if you're Triple H at this point. You have to be. Not because you got to think about it from like an artist standpoint. Like NXT, it's something that he built. It's something that he sat down, he put in the work, he crafted it. Like he cultivated this whole system and environment and product, and it grew and it captured this select audience. You know, before AEW, like anybody that watches AEW was watching NXT essentially. You know, at least for a large portion of that audience, and to just sit back and, you know, you take the little hits here and there, watching like the call ups get botched, you know, and you take those little hits, but then recently just to unfortunately,
everyone that he hired and all the people he put in those positions, Shawn Michaels is the only one still left, I'm pretty sure.
So I haven't been on in a while, and I've never really talked to y'all guys. Or talk to y'all about it. But how do y'all feel about 2.0? You all enjoy it? Or
I fucking hate it.
Okay.
Didn't you just have a video where you were like turning around, like you were kind of getting behind it?
No, I mean, I try to, like, I got to start looking at it like Bama look at it. Like now it really is just developmental. Mm-hmm. It really just is. Yeah. And like, but everything that I grew to love, like I'm the indie guy on the show. I love indie wrestling. I've always been behind it. So, like Kyle said, NXT Black and Gold was my little piece of WWE that I could enjoy. That was a little bit of everything that I enjoyed, because Raw and SmackDown isn't. Whatever this shit is they got going on now, fucking poker games.
It's a high production OVW.
Like, it's literally like it's with a bunch of dudes screaming and shit. Fucking Braun Breaker, that shit. Fucking White Khali. Shit, fucking Mandy, Mandy and them are actually part of the new fake AJ Lee. Like, it's just like constant bullshit. Like, I'm just not like, I'm trying to be down. Like, I love Diamond Mine and Carmelo Hayes, but I know Carmelo Hayes ain't gonna make it because he's literally everything that they don't want to do. No small indie guys. What the fuck is Carmelo Hayes? And they keep pushing him. Like, so like it's like so like I'm trying to like take a step back and just take it for what it is, but it's not my NXT.
I do feel like, though, like you're going to see more success from this NXT to the main roster. Like you just say, Carmelo Hayes ain't necessarily what you usually see, but Vince is kind of routing this NXT as he sees it. So I think if you see him getting pushed where he's at, I think he'll be all right on the main roster.
Yo, Kevin just broke me. He said, "Welcome to being an AEW stan, RN."
RN's an AEW sexual.
But I think if you're getting pushed on this NXT, I think you're going to be all right when you get to the main roster. And I don't. Obviously, that wasn't guaranteed the case.
No, and that's literally the only silver lining in is at least I know the guys that I like. They're there for a reason, and Vince likes them. So
like Carmelo Hayes, like usually that's exactly. But for some reason, Vince has taken a liking to him. At least it stinks.
Because he's literally the same size as Adam Cole and all these guys that Vince fucking hated. Yeah. Like, literally, he's the exact same size. They were in the ring. Melo's like first or second match. Like, they're the exact same size.
I loved NXT. Kyle, you know I loved NXT.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, but I've come to enjoy this NXT more than I thought I would. I'll say that.
It has its moments with me, but, yeah, for the most part, like, I loved the Black and Gold. Honestly, for me, because I didn't watch it like consistently, so I didn't get too involved in the stories. But man, the work rate those guys could do in NXT, like that was just you guaranteed to watch the best matches when you watched an NXT show, Black and Gold, and then on top of that, like you were guaranteed to see like the best like in-ring quality with TakeOver. That's the thing about the TakeOver was like, how could this pay-per-view have a streak of never missing? For how many years did you go where TakeOver just never had a bad show? You know what I mean? Like they went for years. Like that was the guaranteed like, hey, you might not be into pro wrestling, but check out TakeOver when it comes out. I promise you it's going to be the craziest thing you've ever seen. Right. You know, and that to me is why I loved the Black and Gold was I just knew I was going to get some of the best wrestling. And I mean, honestly, that's one of the reasons I'm a big fan of AEW. I liked a lot of their style too. I think their in-ring style is really great. But yeah, it's definitely a different pill to swallow with 2.0.
It's a fine little show. That's how I look at it. It's not what it was, but it's not. You watch it, you don't expect to see Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. Don't expect to see the black and gold.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Bama actually opened my eyes that I have to like really take a step back and just look at it for what it is. It's really developmental now. It's not just a tagline for it. Like it actually is developmental now.
Yeah. You definitely got to accept the fact that it's no longer what it was.
Go down to an hour to 90 minutes though. I feel like 2 hours like overexposes it, in my opinion. I feel like just shorten it up, whether it be go down to an hour or maybe just shave off a half hour and go to 90-minute shows if you can manage that. One more side thing that I thought is neat is look at the difference in reception that Mandy Rose gets, because she was on Black and Gold and she got freaking hazed off of that show, and now here she is on NXT 2.0 and she's like arguably thriving. I think that's interesting. That's all. I just think that's neat.
She's not arguing. She's probably maybe the top fucking draw on the show. Like honestly, like they get one of the biggest pops out of anybody, any group or anything on that damn show. They do.
I feel bad because out of Toxic Attraction, I know Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan. I couldn't tell you who the third member is.
I can't ever think of her name either.
JC Jane. How dare
I'm sorry, man.
the drunk aunt of the group. JC Jane. This is the vibe I get whenever I see her stupid hats.
Oh, man. All right, RN, I think we're on to your third prediction.
Yeah, here's my crazy one. We get an NXT invasion with Triple H, Gargano, and Ciampa leading the way in AEW.
Oh, man, I'm so here for it.
And you threw me for a loop with the AEW aspect of it, because I thought you were talking about Raw, SmackDown. I was like, okay, I can see it.
I really wanted to say just to the Black and Gold brand, like what they kind of tried to pull for War Games, but I think it would like going to AEW with it. Like I know Triple H would never, it's never gonna fucking happen, but like that, tell me that wouldn't be fucking crazy with fucking Undisputed Era, Ciampa, Gargano. Any of the WWE guys really that they can fucking invasion-wise swerve us and fucking join them, like that would be fucking dope.
Think about the intense, like silent glares him and Cody would share, like past each other in the hallway.
And especially after him fucking smacking that, using the sledgehammer and shit on the throne and all that, like let's go.
Dude, I'm here for it, man. It'll never happen, but
never gonna happen.
No. I'm here for it. Highlighted, Supersonic says, that's why I support indie talent, because they're fun to interact and support on social media. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Triple H, Gargano, and Ciampa. Yeah, I mean, just reunite DIY. Let them run roughshod.
I feel like we're getting kind of a version of that, though, with the Undisputed Era. Because they kind of represent what NXT was. And I feel like eventually they're going to split off and go against like Kenny and the Bucks. That's kind of like in a way a version of that.
Right.
Yeah, I really actually like that aspect, like a solid NXT group in AEW. Because I mean they're so similar. Like the Black and Gold in AEW, they had so many similarities that it really would do them some favors. And honestly, it makes all the sense in the world. Look how upset we were with WWE having like the majority of Bullet Club on their roster. And never putting them together, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I think AEW
I'll be honest,
huge favors.
Since Adam Cole got there, now they're most of the Undisputed. Like I've watched more AEW since Adam Cole got there than before. Like I can admit that. Like he's literally a fucking talking point. Now I know he's never really on fucking Dynamite. I gotta watch Rampage now, but still, like because since he's been there, I've watched way more AEW than I did before.
You can always watch Being the Elite. He's always on that too.
Man, I ain't got time for
He's avoiding Alex Reynolds and Hungy, John Silver.
Did that sell you, RN?
What'd you say?
Did that sell you on Being the Elite?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're always like winding up in his bed and everything.
I used to watch Being the Elite to the AEW takeover of it. Like it's like,
Yeah. It does feel a bit different nowadays when you watch it, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I really think that's like the least likely thing to happen out of everything we just said.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Triple H part is the least likely thing to happen.
Yeah. until you hear my prediction. All right. So here's my third one. So, we're rounding out. It's towards the end of the year, right? We've unified the titles. The brand split is essentially not a thing anymore. We roll up to Survivor Series. It's the one time a year where normally Raw and SmackDown superstars can go head to head. But unfortunately, that doesn't really have the stakes anymore. So we have WWE and NXT going head to head. And in the main event, you have got Braun Breaker taking on Roman Reigns in the main event of Survivor Series. Not only do we get the match, Braun wins. Braun is the only person to beat Roman this year. And not only that, Roman doesn't lose his belt because, of course, there's no titles on the line at Survivor Series. And then similar to Alpha and Sifa coronating Roman whenever he beat his cousin Jey Uso, we have Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner at the top of the ramp. We went over this on the other episode, but they dress their nephew/son in some wrestling headgear and a chainmail. Yes, sir. And the headgear. And the Braun Breaker WWE takeover begins. So that is my prediction.
That's not that fucking crazy, bro. Have you seen how fuck they've been pushing him? Like that literally could be WrestleMania this fucking year or next year for sure. That's not. You don't even get credit for that being crazy.
The crazy part, honestly, is the NXT versus WWE. Because I don't think they want NXT even remotely on the same level as Raw and SmackDown.
Nah.
But I could see Braun Breaker going through NXT right to the main roster and beating Roman. That part I don't think is that crazy.
No, I mean like Seb said, like all these guys that are on TV now getting this push, that's them. That's Vince. These are handpicked guys by Vince. Like we know that for a fact. So if the number one guy on NXT is just blowing through people and he's a Steiner and he's already got the title, 3 months on the fucking show, like that's not. I don't think that's crazy in one damn bit. I think that's probably the fucking future. Like I said, maybe not this Mania, but like that wouldn't be crazy if it happened next year or Survivor Series next year.
Yeah, I don't see no one-on-one. I could. I mean, just from a Vince point of view, if it was still Raw versus SmackDown, I kind of see Vince saying, I'm running NXT now. I want to see what these guys can do compared to these guys and have triple threat like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah.
I don't see WWE versus NXT. But that, I mean, like,
I actually do see that. Like, I actually agree with Kyle. Like, just like we had that invasion with Adam Cole and all them, like, why would you not do it like that with NXT and Braun Breaker?
I don't say takeover just because I see Vince wanting to keep this purely developmental. But like I said, I could see them having triple threats, just seeing if they can hang in a match with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the kind of weird invasion angle that they did, even though it's still separate. But like you said, throwing them in there with God, maybe not so much the world champion, but a U.S. champ or intercontinental champ versus the guys in NXT. Like, I definitely can see all that happening, like, for sure.
Kevin said that prediction was based on Steiner math. And Deep Holler Demon says, hit him with the old University of Michigan jacket, too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we said that. One of the things, we said the UM jacket, tie-dye singlet, chainmail from Big Papa Pump, and then the wrestling headpiece over top of the chainmail with the glasses. And then to top it all off, Scott Steiner motions out the freaks. They come out too. Ooh, let's go, Big Daddy. Big Uncle Booty Daddy, let's go.
Oh, Uncle Booty Daddy.
Oh, man. That's fun.
Oh, no, would that be Nephew Booty Daddy, I guess Braun Breaker would be?
Well, no, he'd be Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But Scott would be the Uncle Booty.
Uncle Booty.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You guys said you had some fourth predictions. So those are our official 3, but we have some honorable mentions, I think, too, here. Any quick ones you guys wanted to say? Anything come to mind?
I think Saudi's getting an elimination chamber this year.
That'd be crazy. It wouldn't surprise me. They got Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Well, they always try to have an attraction, and they've already done the greatest Royal Rumble, I mean, you name it, they've done it. And elimination chamber is about the only thing that they haven't.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Slowly, they have been doing that, using up.
And I don't think WWE has announced a February pay-per-view yet either, like they normally would for Elimination Chamber. So it just makes sense.
I am happy that we get all these damn Saturday pay-per-views.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
same.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be getting ripped and watching wrestling. I'm into it.
These days, it's the only way to do it. So
Facts.
I had a fourth one. I think I hate to say it, I don't want to be a downer here, but I think the bubble pops on Jade Cargill by the end of the year. Putting that belt on her so early into her
8%.
career might possibly overexpose her, and the fans might turn on her and be like
That
one of
match
the.
was so trash.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like the level of work rate people expect out of their AEW, especially the upper card. I feel like people grow sour on Jade because she ain't going to keep up with those who are obviously much more experienced.
Their first mistake was putting her in there with Ruby. It should have been like Serena Deeb or somebody like that could actually hang with her and make her look good and sell for her. Ruby's good in the ring, but like she's not. That was the wrong choice of
She needs the right dance partner. She's not like she can't get a great match with everyone.
No, she needs that's what I'm saying. She needs a veteran that's been in there before that knows what the hell she's doing. Like, and I'm not saying Ruby's not good in the ring because she is, but that was
a ring general.
Yeah. Like I said, like Serena Deeb, Thunder Rosa, somebody like that can carry a match and help carry her through the match.
yeah. Although I do think Jade being the TBS champion, it's very different from like it can be from the AEW Women's Championship. So theoretically, you could have like the work rate for the World Championship, and then Jade is just this like unbeatable, like this Goldberg kind of character for the TBS Championship. So in that sense, like maybe it's me being optimistic, but I always view her as Goldberg, who was very rough around the edges and not very smooth in a lot of things, but just like had that presence.
Yeah.
So,
Well, their first mistake was they didn't do her like Goldberg. They should have had her like Goldberg. They had her like trying to do fucking like arm ties and like headlock takeovers and shit like that. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck were they thinking? Like, she's not ready for any of that, and it looked terrible throughout the fucking match. They should have just
squashes.
had her. Yeah, like literally more squashes. Like she was not ready to have a match with a technical person like Ruby, and then a person like Ruby that can't really carry her through the match and make her look good. Like that was a big fucking everything about that match was a big fucking mistake.
Give her like one technical spot like every couple matches just to show like, oh, she has a cool move.
Right. Not a whole fucking match. Like they were on the ground and shit rolling around like 90% of that match.
Yeah.
And then
Kevin says that pump kick though. Yeah, that pump kick's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I love it, but who boy, man, if she
It's a rough one.
Yeah. It has its moments, man. Is that it for the honorable mentions?
Yeah, I didn't really have it.
Well, to piggyback off, I think it was RN who said it earlier about Johnny Gargano and all that stuff. I think Johnny Gargano is actually going to return to the main roster in WWE and have a run on either Raw or SmackDown, potentially the Rumble. I don't think it'll be that early, but I think at some point you'll see old Johnny wrestling on the main roster.
Yeah, I said that on one of our rewind shows. Like, I don't see him going. For some reason, to me, he just feels WWE. Like, I don't know if it's all how close he is with Hunter and Sean or what.
Well, he had NXT for Life was his whole thing,
Like just something about it doesn't make me.
I feel like he embraces the spectacle of WWE.
Right. Well, and a lot of it too is like we just sometimes forget that this is some of these guys' fucking dream. Like even though they may not be used how we think they should be used, or shit's not going the way we as fans think it should go. Like this is where these guys wanted to be. Like Kevin Owens is a prime example that he's told us this throughout his tenure that this was my dream. This is where I want to be. And then people were fucking shocked he re-signed with him. Like, no, why? His first gimmick was prize hunter and looking for money. Well, like he's getting everything like he dreamed of. He's not fucking making $10 wrestling in a bingo hall anymore. And he's got 2 kids and a family. Like his dream was to make money and take care of his family. Why would he go anywhere else when he's where he dreamed of being his entire life? The motherfucker learned English from Jim Ross. Like, come on, man. Like,
now, where's Johnny from? Isn't he from Cleveland?
Yeah, he's from Cleveland.
Yeah.
So I say if he doesn't appear on the January 26th episode of AEW, I'll agree with Kyle and say that he's WWE bound. Yeah, because on January 26th, Dynamite, it's being held in Cleveland. And if you're gonna debut Gargano to a huge ovation, you do it in his hometown.
Is
But
his
my thing
90
is that when's the baby due? Because in the baby ain't due to like February or something like that. I thought.
Yeah, but you can make an appearance,
Well, yeah,
in front of your home crowd, and then still take a couple weeks off. You don't have to go to a full-time schedule immediately afterwards.
Is his
You don't
90
have to go to a
days?
full time schedule at all with AEW. That's like one of the selling points.
What's
no,
that, Seb?
Never mind, his contract expired, so he don't have no.
Yeah,
90
there's
days.
no non-compete
Yeah.
no compete clause for him.
Yeah, he's already making money on Twitch and shit and everything. Like, he ain't messing around. Got his
Telling everybody, so just cheer for me. Go out,
Right.
start cheering my name wherever you are. he's fucking Candyman. Like, if you say it enough times, I'll appear.
Honestly, I don't think he knows what his plans are at this point. I think he's just focused on his baby,
Yeah.
as he should be. So who knows?
You guys think? Where do you think Bray Wyatt's gonna end up? Wyndham Rotunda.
He'll be back in
WWE.
Think so? What about Adam Scher, Braun Strowman?
I think eventually WWE too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, just stays and like I don't know, something I don't watch.
I saw
I've
a
read-
YouTube video of him arm wrestling some guy. Honestly, it was like super entertaining. He was
I
at like
bet.
he was at some arm wrestling competition, but they billed it like it was a pro wrestling match. They were
Hey,
out
that
jaw
was
jacking
crazy.
each other. They had to do a pull apart between the two of them.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me to see him pop up on the Impact here and there. I mean, he already popped up at the ROH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep Polar Demon has a prediction. He says Joe goes to AEW and becomes Hook's manager.
Yep, that's him.
And he
That's my-
first cokes out. I'm going to assume comes out, not gets coked out. He first comes out
I prefer that actually.
during a Hook and
Coked out
Punk.
Joe. Ah!
Just
Blow a
sentons
blow?
off the
Huh?
stairs again. He says he first comes out during a Hook and Punk match. Hook and CM Punk and gets Punk's attention, and Hook beats Punk. That is some damn good fantasy booking right there, Deep Holler Demon. Forward that to Tony Khan. Supersonic says wrestling fans are becoming more and more like activists instead of being like, oh, I don't know. Wrestling fans. Why? The whole purpose of our show is predictions, Supersonic. That's
Totally.
that's the whole purpose.
It's in the title.
You should have known what you were getting. Oh yeah, he agreed. It comes out. Unfortunately, it's not coked out, Joe. It's,
Well, let's not rule that out.
yeah,
Please not rule that out.
maybe it's a happy accident. Okay,
Samoa Coke. Let's go.
it's kind of like Andrade's little typo. Kevin Crazy says it's not Rocket League. Does it still? It shouldn't say Rocket League anymore. I hope it doesn't. I updated the title.
Got a bunch of angry gamers coming in the chat.
What the fuck?
That's why no one followed the stream, man. They came here expecting to see some like aerials. All right. I think we've had a decent show, man. Kyle,
Oh yeah.
go ahead, plug yourself, man.
Well, thank you once again for having me. So yes, the Apron Bump podcast. I just had your boy Kyle from the Smacked Raw podcast on my most recent episode covering Backlash 2002. And that's what I do. I cover old wrestling shows from all different decades, all different promotions. I've had RN on a few, covering Progress and Ring of Honor. And next week, we'll have BamaDave on to cover some WCW. So I'm a Smacked Raw whore, apparently. Yeah, so if you like retro wrestling from a variety of promotions, check it out. Apron Bump, apronbump.com for all my shit. Just figure it out. I don't know.
I want on a WCW one. Hopefully one with Lance Storm, Team Canada shit. Let's figure out one of those. Like, what's that?
I'll get you on a Dungeon of Doom episode.
All right, that'll work.
Are you allowed to tell us what you guys are covering from WCW?
Yeah, Bash at the Beach 95. That's the one where they were at the beach
Yeah.
in
Hogan
the
in
sand, like in the sand by the ocean. Like,
Didn't Hogan pull up in the Viper in that one when he was on the TV show?
no, but he threatened to pick up Vader and throw him into the shark-infested waters. So it's the kind of stuff we get with that one.
Oh man, Supersonic comes in with a late prediction. By the way, he says we might see Iron Woman match between Shia and Deeb. That sounds actually really good. And then Deep Holler Deep says, y'all trying to 1v1 on Rocket League at Sebastian's Royal Rumble match? Yo, I will F you up in some 1v1. That is my jam in Rocket League, buddy. Count me in. All you have to do is follow this Twitch channel. Hit that follow button. And I'm down, man. Okay. Once again, you can catch us on twitch.tv/SmackedRaw, youtube.com/SmackedRaw podcast. You know what it is. The audio version, I think we're pretty much everywhere. I don't know where we're not at this point. Leave rating, reviews, do all the typical YouTuber and podcast things that we expect out of our fans. But most importantly, continue to tune in, especially on Sunday when me and RN do another episode of The Rewind, where we're actually going to cover your guys' predictions a little bit more. Because if you head on over to our show's Twitter page, at SmackDrawPod, our pinned tweet is asking all of the viewers to give their predictions. And we're going to go ahead and use a portion of the show to cover those as well. But yeah, man, thank you all for joining. Seb, what you got going on, man? When you coming back on a more full-time basis? When can we expect to see you more frequently on Smacked Raw?
I'm here now, bud. Other than me getting mandated at work, I don't really see anything stopping me from being on. So
you want to join us on the Rewind Sunday?
Sunday, as long as I don't get mandated, yeah, I'll be on.
You heard it here first, folks. All right, Seb will be with us Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Even if I get mandated, though, a lot of times somebody from third shift come in halfway through and kind of get you out.
Yeah.
So if that happens and I don't have to stay the full 16, I can get out after 12, I can still be on.
If you get stabbed at work, are you allowed to leave early?
Yeah. If you get assaulted, you go straight to the ER.
If you get assaulted, you get a day off. Dude,
no day off.
And just say, slip one of the inmates $20 and be like, yo, just lay me out. You know, I got to do a podcast today.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I have to go to the ER though, so I probably won't get out of the emergency room before then. So
yeah. For any confused listeners, Sebastian is a correctional officer in a jail or prison? Prison. Jesus, man. You put your life on the line, man.
Well, ain't too bad. We only had one staff assault so far. that was like 3 weeks ago. Actually, it was pretty recent.
It was pretty recent. Oh, man. Thank you guys for joining us. Until next time.
On that note.
Y'all have a good one. Bye.
See
you Sunday.